gone through this installation process, so I'm experiencing this for the first time with you guys. And there it goes, it just automatically started to boot up from the disk. Now, the hard drive is really interesting to me because we got no signal temporarily here. Does it only output over VGA? You know, I think the reason why the VGA signal wasn't working before is because it's not outputting a VGA signal when it's on the PS2 menu. And yet right here, I have a feeling that it's outputting a VGA signal. So that makes sense why this cable here is the way that it is and why it has both composite and VGA. Alright, yeah, it turns out I was right. So right now it's only outputting a VGA signal. So we are going to, I assume the keyboard is, yep, so now we're controlling it with the keyboard here. So we're just going to install it here. The HDD, the memory card, PS2, and a USB keyboard are needed for installation. Make sure they are properly installed in the console. Okay, so now we got to insert disk 2 to load data. Okay, so we'll eject this, take out disk number 1. So let's grab disk number 2 here, which is the software packages DVD. Oh, and there we go, loading. Perfect. All right. Oh, now we gotta, okay, we gotta put disk 1 back in. All right, mildly interesting. So we'll put in disk number 1. I almost said diskette number 1. I've been living in the 90s for the past couple videos. So, alright. Disk number 1 is back in. Now, what I'm really interested in figuring out is how this hard drive works, because there aren't any buttons or switches on it at all to power it on. And, okay, we got it faded to a green screen there. And, oh, there we go. And, okay, yep, the hard drive just came on. So we gotta choose a language. The screen is a bit, like, finicky here. It's really jittering, and I honestly think that's because of the connection. I don't think this cable is the greatest. I think that definitely this is caused by that cable. Since I've just reset all settings on the monitor, it's doing the same thing. Let me just check and make sure it's, seated properly. Alright, so good news, I got it to where it's not jittering anymore, but you can see it is considerably green. Let's see if we can go to color settings, and let's lower the green maybe a little bit. Alright, so we're good, at least for now. So let's go ahead with English. That's wonderful. What type of keyboard do you have? Well, we do have a Japanese keyboard, but it is a standard QWERTY keyboard, just with Japanese characters printed on the bottom right of the keys. So we could just go with, let's just go with the US keyboard layout. Okay, we got to put back in disk number 2. Okay, but yeah, so the hard drive just automatically comes on when the system needs it to. So that's nice. There's no like, it's not going to be constantly on when you're like playing a game, for example, that doesn't use it. Welcome to PS2 Linux, or Elcom, because it's slightly cut off there. And there we go, welcome to PS2 Linux. This installation process is outlined in detail in the PS2 Linux software manual. Okay, so you got 3 options here: Window Maker Workstation, Server System, and Custom System. We're gonna go with Window Maker Workstation. Let's go ahead and use Disk Druid. Alright, so it looks like we've got 4 partitions on here. So we're just going to start from scratch. We're going to delete all these partitions here. So we'll tab down to our options here at the bottom. We're going to delete, and we're going to delete HDA1, delete HDA2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to add, we have to make a native and a swap partition. You see those are the 2 options there on the side. So we'll do the swap partition first. We'll just leave the mount point blank. We'll make the size 128 megabytes. We'll make this the swap partition, and there we go. And then we'll add another partition. We will make this amount point. This will be the native partition, so we'll do mount point of slash. And what we can do is just leave it at the default size there, and then just do this, grow to fill HDD. So the rest of the hard drive will be taken up by this partition. This will be Linux native. And there we go. Alright, so we hit OK. Save changes to the partition table, yes. What partitions would you like to format? We strongly suggest formatting all the system partitions. Okay. Now checking for bad blocks. Honestly, we probably should check for bad blocks because I have no idea what condition that this hard drive is in. Alright, host name of the console. We'll call this Linux Station. Ooh, really original name, right? And yeah, we're not going to bother with the network configuration. We'll just leave this as the default setting here. So it's going to ask us what time zone we're located in. We'll just select Japan here. Does Japan only have one time zone? I thought they had more than one. Pick a root password. Okay, we'll do this as MJD. We'll make this ultra secure, right? Oh, must be at least 6 characters long. Okay, MJD, 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 MJD. There we go. And so now it's going to prompt us to create a user account that is not root, and we are getting some drive activity. We'll need to turn on swap space immediately. To do this, we'll have to write your new partition table to the HDD immediately. If answer yes here, you cannot go back to previous steps anymore. Is that okay? Yes, that's fine. So now it's going to, I assume, format the drive there. Yep, there you go. Formatting swap partition with bad blocks checking. It takes several minutes to complete, depending on partition size. Press Ctrl-Alt-5 to look what's going on. Oh, Ctrl-F5. And what's going on? Looks like a whole lot of nothing. At least we can't see anything. So we can go back to the screen here. Alright, we're getting some drive activity now. Let me swap back over. There we go. So yeah, honestly, I mean, pretty straightforward. I mean, obviously, you have to know what all these options mean. I mean, I think partitioning the drive would be something that would be quite difficult for someone who has certainly never used Linux before. And that's why on Sony's website, where they talk about this, they specifically say, like, you should know at least like a little bit about Linux and how to set up a Linux installation from scratch before you actually buy this. Alright, so we're at the formatting screen again. Let's do Ctrl-Alt-F5. Alright, yeah, checking for bad blocks, read-only test. But yeah, so far so good. Alright, so it's just about done checking for bad blocks. Definitely took a considerable amount of time. Okay, so now we're at the package installation screen. So now it's going to start copying everything over to the hard drive. Perfect. I mean, so far, guys, things are looking really good. Alright, good news. It was able to copy everything over to the hard drive without any problems. And now it's asking us to insert a memory card with no data into memory card slot 1. So we already have that in here, so we're just going to hit enter. Congratulations, installation is complete. Press the enter key to finish the installation, then insert the disk 1 and restart the console. There we go, we just loaded off of the disk. So we're going to go over to, let's see if you can navigate on this screen with the controller. Yes, you can. Okay, so we're going to boot Linux on memory card, PS2. Okay, and there goes the hard drive. Looking good, guys. Looking really good. Welcome to PS2 Linux. Alright, Linux Station login. So my username was Michael, and my password was MJD. So we're just going to type in start X to load into the GUI. And what's really cool about this is the UI it has included. If it's like way off of the screen here. We're gonna have to change that. Alright, good news. I was able to configure the monitor properly. Again, the colors are gonna be an issue, but I've adjusted them to the best of my ability to make it so it's not as eye-straining to look at. But what I was saying earlier, you're probably thinking, oh, is this like NextStep or OpenStep? Like, what on earth? This looks exactly like OpenStep, right? Well, it's actually called Window Maker, and Window Maker, as it says, is a part of the GNU Step project. So this is a component of GNU Step, which was essentially an initiative to try and create an implementation of OpenStep, but it was completely free and available for anybody to use. And so that's what we are running here, and I think it's pretty cool just on that alone that it chooses to use Window Maker as its graphical environment here. So if you've used NextStep or OpenStep before, you'll feel right at home. So we can go through here, and one of the things we can do is launch. I believe this right here is the, Window Maker preferences. And so this is where you can customize all sorts of components. You can change how certain things look. You can change how the UI behaves, and you know, pretty useful. You would definitely want to go in here if you were planning on using this as a primary or secondary machine. I mean, you probably wouldn't use a PlayStation 2 as your primary computer, but I mean, hey, perhaps someone out there did who had literally nothing else and was able to get their hands on this kit. So, you know, you'd really want to spend time in here customizing this to your liking. But it's honestly, it's been a while since I've used NextStep and OpenStep. I don't own any Next hardware. I am constantly on the lookout for Next hardware, but you know, it is pretty rare to come by. But if I ever find a Next Cube or a Next Station out in the wild, you bet I'm gonna buy it if it's for a really good price. So if we right click here, we get our little applications menu. We can go to info, and let's open up the info panel. So this gives you more information about the version of GNU Window Maker that this is. This is version 0.61.1. And of course we have GIMP on here. I find this kind of funny. It's the only program here under graphics. So let's launch GIMP here. Let's see what version this is first of all. Let's see. So 1995 to 2000, program is free software. And okay, personal GIMP directory. Oh, it's actually installing it. Okay, so it hasn't even been installed yet. Okay. So we'll let it create our personal GIMP directory. And there it is, the GIMP, it says. Check out this old, like, logo here and the old type. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. Oh, this is a pre-release. Wow, this just got super interesting. So let's see what GIMP looked like back in pre-release version 1.2. Welcome to the GIMP. Nearly all image operations are performed by right-clicking on the image. And don't worry, you can undo most mistakes. Wonderful. That is our tip of the day here. Yeah, you got all your windows here, all your different components. You got your tools over here, tool options, brush selection. So let's go ahead and make a new document here. This is absolutely the thing you want to do when you spend all this time installing Linux on a PS2, is open up GIMP and just mess around with with what GIMP has to offer. So let's see here. Gosh, it's been a while since I've used GIMP. Yes, I'm a Photoshop user. So, you know, I mean, I know how GIMP works and everything, but it's definitely been a while since I've used it. So we'll expand this here a little bit. And let's say we want to start with a beautiful text layer. Oh man, check out all these fonts on here. Oh, beautiful. Let's go with Open Look Cursor. Selected font is not available. Oh, okay. So what fonts are available then? Let's go with clean. You know, we're gonna keep it clean on this channel, right? Let's bump that up to size 16, and we're gonna make this bold. And yeah, you know, I think that's looking good. Okay, so it wasn't able to find a font apparently. Okay, so maybe we can't use that font. All right, let's just try. Oh lord. Okay, this is going real well, isn't it? Dingbats. Oh, selected font is not available. Well, then why is it in the list? Let's go with this one maybe. Well, I don't see any text, do you? Oh, there it goes. Okay, it just took a little while to process there. That's all good. Apparently, I've moved the entire document, like, off the screen. Alright, you know what? We're just gonna leave it there. And, okay, apparently I made 2 text layers there. And let's make a new layer. Or those are both on the background layer, actually, that I did not make a new layer. So we're going to make, oh no, I don't want to make a copy of the background layer. I want to just make a new layer. And on this new layer, what are we going to do? We are going to get the brush tool, which is not that. And let's make this a wonderful, really light blue. And we're just going to say, look at how wonderful that looks. It is having trouble keeping up with me here. I want to drag like down to make a J. Yep. Okay. We'll just leave it like that. MJD. Oh, that's so good. Okay, we're gonna save this masterpiece, dude. If that's not an NFT that I can sell for $20 million, I don't know what is. Oh my gosh, I'm totally putting this. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, I did. Whoops. Did not want to do that. All right. So we got new and open, but we do not have a save. Let me just do Control S maybe. There we go. Okay. I was not able to find it's probably like, you know, somewhere, but anyways, we'll save this to, I'll just do it in the home directory.